All right, all right. What's going on, y'all? What's up, y'all? It's your girl, Miss Kayla, here on Total Entertainment Radio on Artists You Should Know. Now, y'all know what we like to do here on Artists You Should Know. We put y'all hip to artists that we think that you are sleeping on. So, well, I'm not gonna keep rambling. I'm gonna go ahead and we're gonna get right into this thing. I have the honor and the privilege of sitting down with Only1Jackson here, y'all. What's up, man?
What's up? How you doing, Miss Kayla?
Good. How are you?
I'm doing good. Shout out to Total Entertainment Radio. Thank y'all for having me on this platform. It's truly an honor, seriously.
No problem. No problem. Now, so before we get into the music and everything, let's everybody know just a little bit about you.
I'm Only1Jackson. I grew up in Oak Park, Michigan. That's the city that I claim, but I represent for Detroit, Michigan as well. So, and I represent for Michigan in general.
Mm-hmm.
I live and die by Michigan.
Mm-hmm.
I was I've been doing music since I was young. I've been writing music since I was like 5. My first song I ever wrote was a Dr. King song in
Oh wow.
elementary school. So that was my first time, writing. And ever since then, my mom always told me like, she was like, you got an ear for music, and she always told me since I was a kid, like, you gonna be a music artist. So that's you know that's pretty
Okay.
much I love.
Okay. So where do you think you got that ear for music from, or that natural that urge for music? You know what I'm saying? Like, where do you think that even came from?
I think at a young age I was really invested in Michael Jackson.
Okay.
Um, I know he's way before my time, but I
Yeah.
used to study his, like, just looking at his choreography, looking at
Hmm.
listening to a lot of his music when I was younger, and I grew up on him. My grandmother, she loved Michael Jackson.
Yeah.
She loved Luther Vandross. She
Oh
loved
yeah.
all the older
Yeah.
artists. So I grew up on listening to a lot of that, and I just was able to expand my sound. Like,
Hmm.
I just don't listen to just hip hop, just R&B.
Okay.
Like, I listen to everything that sounds like music to me. So
Okay.
that's honestly where I think it originated from.
Okay. Okay. So now you a rapper, you sing. What you do?
I do what I feel. Like I do. I melodically sing. I,
Hmm.
I I rap. It's really the beat, and that's always what it's been with me.
Okay.
Depending on the beat is just depending on how I'm gonna go
What you
about
gonna
it.
do?
Yeah, exactly.
That
So,
makes sense. That makes sense. All right. So now I ask all of my guests on this show,
all right.
and they be mad, but you got to do it. So I'm gonna start with you. I'm gonna do both genres for you. I
Okay.
need top three favorite
Oh,
singers. Only three
only
top
three. Okay.
celebrities, R&B singers.
Okay. So R&B. This once again, y'all, this is my personal preference.
Yeah.
So right now, the age I am, I'm gonna go definitely go Brent Fayez number one.
Okay.
He's a big inspiration of mine too.
Okay.
Uh, I'm gonna go Bryson Tiller number two,
Okay.
and then I'm gonna probably have to say, uh, see, the third one is always the hard one for me because like
Okay.
them always been my top two.
Mm-hmm.
I'll probably say the weekend, probably the weekend.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, yeah,
You got
yeah,
a you got a nice little variety there. So
yeah.
I want to know before I ask you the second part. I want to know what is it about those three particular artists that you think kind of resonates with you.
Brent Fayez, it's just the nostalgic of his music to me,
Hmm.
the nostalgia, and just certain relationship issues that he talks about
Yeah.
that I've been through, and that I can relate to. Bryson Tiller, I like the way that Bryson Tiller, he's another one that's like versatile, like
Hmm.
his versatility. He's able to sing, he's able to rap,
Yeah.
like, and he does a little bit of both, like kind of like how like kind of like how I do.
Hmm.
And the weekend just his overall like just him being able to sing, like he just
Yeah,
a really good singer to me, and I think he's a really good artist, and he's expanded his sound outside of just Canada. Like he's global,
yeah,
and you want to be on that type of stratosphere.
that's true. That's true. All right, so now I gotta flip it to your rap artist top
Oh, this is my favorite genre, y'all. By the way,
three.
hip hop is I love hip hop in
Yeah.
general. Number one is actually nobody gonna be surprised about this. Whoever knows me, Kendrick Lamar. Kendrick Lamar has
Okay.
always been my favorite artist. I mean, since I was a kid, like since
Hmm.
he had first came out, Kendrick had always been my favorite. Number two is Drake. So
Well, that is funny.
yeah, it's funny because I grew up on both of them, but they
Yeah.
both mean something, different.
Yeah.
And then number three is J. Cole. Like literally,
Oh,
like
okay.
it's
I like
crazy.
that.
Like literally, the big three has always been my. Them are the people that I've listened to day and night since I was a kid. Every album, never skipped an album with them.
What is it about them for you?
Kendrick Lamar. So see, all of them, all three of them, to me, they represent something different. Kendrick
Hmm.
Lamar just represents the people, if that
Yeah.
makes sense, and he represents everything that goes on through everyday life, and
Yeah.
just being proud of being African American, being proud of being who you are, and not being scared to express those things. Drake showed the softer side for the men.
I can
He
see that.
showed,
Hmm.
you know what I mean? He showed like it's okay to express your feelings, and it's okay to be emotional about certain things and
Yeah.
letting those feelings out and not feeling like I got to be so masculine and
Right.
not have feelings. And then J. Cole, I just feel like he just basically expresses everyday life, just
Yeah.
life in general. He represents life, and like that it's okay to go through a struggle. It's okay to not have millions of dollars and
Yeah.
still be important to this earth. So those three artists. That's what I've always seen with them.
I like that. I like how you broke that down with all of them. That's
Yeah,
what's up.
thank
Now
you.
the reason that we here is you.
Yeah.
It's you. Only1Jackson. What kind of artist are you?
I'm the type of artist I am. I love storytelling.
Okay.
I love whether if it's R&B or rapping. I love telling the story, and I love trying to make everything that I do cinematic.
Okay.
Every project that I do, I always want to have a concept behind it. Like
Okay.
every song I do, I want to have a certain type of concept. And if when people listen to my music, they listen to my discography. I mean, you could start from my first album, Watch That Black Boy Fly, and then my latest EP, Tears of Art, and you can hear the different transitions, and like none of the albums sound the same, if that
Okay.
makes sense. They
Hmm.
all have different energy
Okay.
on it. So that's how I look at myself. I just like to make music for people that can relate to what I'm talking about, because sometimes it can be about me, but sometimes I'm telling somebody else's story,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
so
That's true.
sometimes I might be telling somebody else's story, and I experience that with different people who have talked to me and came up to me like, hey, like I really connected with this song because I was going through this, and it's like,
Yeah.
dang, like I was just writing a story. I didn't even know,
Yeah.
or like I said, it's about me seeing different things with family and different experiences
Yeah.
in my life and resonating it and putting it in my music and telling that story. So
Yeah. It's probably amazing to see though how many people have that same story.
yeah, yeah.
And I think that's what we love about music in the first place. Like
Hmm.
the storytelling.
Yeah. Oh
And
yeah.
being able to picture and see everything that they saying in that song. Like, dang, I can
Yeah,
see that. Like
I
I
can
can
see.
see it.
Yeah,
And it make man, that's how we get our favorite artists. I love that. So
and
now, Fresh Prince of Michigan.
yeah,
That's a statement.
yeah. It's a statement. It is. It definitely
Why
is.
that statement?
Because I feel like I'm the first person in Michigan. I feel like I'm the most. I feel like I'm, one of the most slept on artists here. But I also want to be able to lift our artists up too, because I feel like the Midwest. I just feel like we don't get the attention that we deserve
Yeah,
as much as everywhere else. Like you got Cali, you got the West Coast, you got
yeah,
East Coast. You got down south, but I just feel like the Midwest isn't getting that attention, and I feel like I can be the one to, put our city on the map in that type of way to realize like it's more than just me out here. It's a lot of other artists out here that's just as talented.
hmm
So
I can
yeah,
see that. And shout out to our Detroit natives who are out there, who are big and bad. You got your Cash Outs, you got your Big Seans, you got the
yeah,
Dej Loafs, you got them. And it's like, yo, it's so much more though.
it's so
But
much
they
more.
only stopped there and didn't keep going. It
Yeah.
is so many more.
Yeah, it's so much more. It's a lot more out here than they give us, credit for. Like
Yeah,
we people think that we just have this certain Detroit sound, but
yeah,
so many cities. It's Flint, it's Saginaw, it's Oak Park, it's
yeah,
Southfield. It's so many other cities out here that Inkster. I could go on and on. Like
yeah,
everybody has a different sound, and there's so much talent here other
yeah,
than just hardcore rap and all of that. So
yeah. But there is only one Jackson.
yeah,
there
only one Jackson. There is only one Jackson.
is only one. And he said he's the first prince of Michigan. So what
Yeah,
is it? What is it that you are hoping that everybody gets from that?
I hope everybody is just able to see I'm here, if
Okay.
that makes sense. I'm
Mhm.
here, like that's the confidence I'm coming in with,
Yeah.
and I'm very confident to back my pen up. So that's the words that I can describe. Like I'm here and I'm representing for Michigan. I'm a represent for Michigan. I'm the Fresh Prince here.
Period. That's it.
Yeah.
What I'm supposed to say after that? Besides, how can people stream your music and how can people follow you on social media?
You can follow me on social media at Only1Jackson. Um, and on all platforms at Only1Jackson with a $S. That's my artist name. But of course on Instagram and TikTok and everything, you can use the $. But that's where you guys can find me. I also have my own merch that I'm wearing right now. Only
Okay.
one Big Dog Drip Entertainment. That's my merch company. So follow my clothing brand too, Big Dog Drip. We got a lot of shirts for sale. So definitely hit us up.
All right. Now, everybody, I want y'all to know that Only One Jackson has entered into our Shooting Stars showcase. And y'all know Shooting Stars was a hit when we did it with our kids last year. It was a huge success, and now we bring it in. But the big dog said they wanted to come in, they wanted their turn, they
Yep.
wanted to show who the shooting star was, who the next star was in the city.
Right.
So we brought it back again, June 13th, y'all. June 13th. Y'all need to make sure y'all come out to our Shooting Star Talent Showcase and to support these artists. We love them all, but it's only gonna be one winner.
Only one. Only one.
It's only
Winner.
gonna be only one. And is it gonna be only one Jackson? We don't know.
You never
But y'all
know.
need to make sure you guys can purchase your tickets. You guys can use the promo code Only1Jackson and get $5 off your ticket. You need to call 313-217-1588 and let us know that you are buying tickets for Only One Jackson, and we'll go ahead and hook y'all up. Continue to follow us on Total Entertainment Radio on Facebook, on YouTube. Look at the site, listen to the station. Go to www.totalentradio.com and hit that TRA button. Let us know what you think. Because guess what? What you gonna hear on Total Entertainment Radio? But Only1Jackson. You gonna hear him on spinning on our station, y'all. So y'all make sure y'all lock in, y'all tune in to that as well. That date and that time will be dropped soon. Before I let you go, one more time, let the people know how they can follow you and stream your music.
Once again, y'all, it was a pleasure. But once again, shout out Total Entertainment Radio for having me on this platform. Um, my name is Only1Jackson. That's on all platforms: Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, wherever you are. That's Only1Jackson on all platforms, and on streaming services, Only1Jackson with a $S as it's spelled right here. And yeah, let's get it. It's
You heard me?
summertime, y'all. It's
Yes,
summertime,
let's
man.
get it.
Time to,
All right, y'all. Time to turn up.
oh yeah.
Time to turn up and tune in. All right, y'all. Y'all heard it here first on Total Entertainment Radio. I'm your girl, Miss Kayla. That's all I got for you all today. And we signing out.